What's up, everybody? My name's Jose from deepdatainvesting.com. And if you've ever been interested in investing in the stock market, stick around because we're going to be going through some crucial points that will help you out through your investing ventures. So at some point or another, you've probably heard the phrase, do your due diligence. So what exactly does that mean? Well, in simple terms, it means do your research so you won't do any dumb mistakes. So this means do a super thorough investigation on the investment or security that you're going to be taking upon yourself and making sure that the health of your investment is in good standing and that it's performing well. In other words, you want to make sure that you can make money off of this investment that you're about to take. So of course, there's a lot of different elements that you have to take into consideration whenever you're doing your research. One super important thing that you can do is take a look at the SEC filings. By law, every public company is obligated by law to file important financial documents with the SEC. And that's what we'll be taking a look at today. We'll be taking a look at the SEC's EDGAR database. So I'm going to take you into my screen and we'll continue from there. And just like that, I'm back. Okay, so we're going to be going over the EDGAR database. And again, the EDGAR database is a database full of all the financial documents that a company is required to file out with the SEC. And this is of super crucial as an investor to know about all these filings and how to dissect this information to make a better determination of a position. So we're going to head over to the sec.gov website, go to /EDGAR, and you have this landing page where you can take like a tutorial of how to use EDGAR and such, but we're going to head over to the tab that says company filing search. Now this is a really cool tool that you can use to your advantage. This is the EDGAR, and you can look up a company by the company name, and you can also have other options like the state and file number and such. But I think the easiest way to search up is probably by the ticker symbol. So for the examples that we're going to be going over, using Tesla. And again, I'm not saying that Tesla is a good investment or anything like that. I'm just using an example. Tesla is TSLA. We're going to go over and you see a whole entire list of all these documents that have been posted by Tesla. Okay, so this is a lot, right? But let me break it down to you. There's a few important filings that you want to pay attention to. Now, there's a whole bunch, but let's go over a few of them. So we have DEF 14As, which are proxy statements, and these are statements that are filed before any shareholder meetings. Then we have 8Ks, which are current reports. Now, these are reports of any current activities that are required for the public to know, like press releases, acquisitions, bankruptcies, you see the chapter 11s and 13s, things of that nature. So it's pretty much like news, right? And then we have the nitty-gritty, the 10Qs and the 10Ks, which are the quarterly earnings report and the annual earnings report. You have some additional filings, like I said, the chapter 11 and 13 S1s, which are filed before any companies are offering public securities. Then you have Form 4s, which are changes in beneficial ownerships, things of that nature that you might take interest in too. But for this example, let's go into the DEF 14A document. Let's go to this one right here. And you can see there's different documents that are attached to this form, but let's go over to the main form, this guy right here. We're gonna click on it, and you can see how the form is laid out. And the first part is just describing what type of form it is, when it was filed. And then we go down to the bottom where we actually start getting information about what's going on. So again, the DEF 14 it's filed before any shareholder meeting. So here we have an announcement by Tesla saying that, hey, we're pleased to inform you that 2020 annual meetings of shareholders will be held on Tuesday, September 22nd. So we have that. Now let's go back into a different form. Let's actually go to this 8K. Now remember, the 8K form is any current reports. So you click on this and we have this first form. And again, we have different attachments like exhibits and stuff. But let's go to the main form, this first one right here. And again, we see the details on what the form is about, when it was reported. And we go down into the actual information that we're interested in. And we see something super important about Tesla that's going to happen on August, the end of August, I think. So we see on August 11, 2020, Tesla Incorporated issued a press release announcing that its board of directors has declared a 5-for-1 split of Tesla common stock. Check that. I mean, this is super important information to know because this type of news may influence the price of the stock. So this is important stuff to pay attention to. And it's great to know how to dissect these forms. All right, so let's go to the nitty gritty, which are the 10Qs and 10Ks. Now, these documents be pretty complicated by nature, but I'll be going over a general overview of what these documents are about. In the next few videos, we'll be going into detail about what these numbers mean. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. So let's click on the main one. So again, you see the main form and then we see some exhibits. So let's go to this main form, the 10Q. If we go to the 10Q, we see the same thing, details about what the form is about, when it was filed, and we go down to the bottom where we see a large attachment of information, numbers, different things about Tesla. What you will find here is you'll find income statements, you'll find balance sheets, and you'll find statements of cash flows. Now, these three statements are super important to make a proper evaluation of a company. So we have income statements, which are just statements that contain all the different sources of income from a business. So this is broken down by all the sources of revenue for a company. Then we have balance sheets, which is what you see right in front of us here. The balance sheet tells you all the assets and liabilities that a company has. And then we have statements of cash flow, which captures all the money that's coming in and out of a company. It's a little bit overwhelming when you see all these numbers and it's hard to understand what all this means. So stick around for the next videos and we'll go into detail about how you can read all these documents and how you can make use of this information to take position in investments. So as you can see, the EDGAR database is super cool where you can see all these different filings and take advantage of all the information in your hands. Now, of course, this is not the only elements that you want to check out whenever you're doing your due diligence. So for example, like I said, hey, coming out with this news of the 5-for-1 split, how can that influence the price of a stock? What is Elon Musk tweeting on Twitter? So, hey, those are things that you want to make sure you want to check out as well. All right, that's it for now. But stay tuned for the next videos because we'll be going into depth into all these different financial statements, all the income statements and all the balance sheets and cash flow, blah, 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 this and that. We'll be going into depth so that you can learn how to use it to your advantage. And also don't forget to head over to deepdatainvesting.com, sign up because we release different tips bi-weekly that can impact the way that you invest. All right, see you next time.